Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Kaizen Esports channel. I am JJ, also known as Joji, and I am joined here by my lovely co-caster today. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Amethyst, and I will be doing the casting as well.
We are going to a T3 match actually for week 1 here, and it is going to be between Bliss Gladiators and Kaba Donors. We are going to be getting it right on into it shortly here. But Gladiators did ban out the Cassidy with Donor Kabab, banning out that Domina. Domina have been absolutely dominating the competitive scene right now, just such a powerful character. But we are getting right on to fighting here, and we are going to see the TP out here from Donor Kabab as well as the mirror from the other team here. And it looks like we just are going to be scoping out just some of this ground, trying to decide a target to go onto. The team is kind of split here, which does allow Kabab to be able to walk on to the backline there. And it looks like we are going to have a short pause real quick. Oh man, we already got a greetings in chat. Yeah, I'm ready. If my
Number.
co-caster's ready. Okay. You want to? No, you can go. Greetings.
Greetings. That's my third greetings now.
Probably just to have timestamp. All right, let's get some friendly talking going. So what's everyone's favorite Overwatch character and why?
My favorite is Widowmaker
Why?
because I enjoy sniping, and she is really fun to play.
Oh yay, we got an R. Okay, let's go. We are so back. For everyone watching at home, by the way, Donor Kabab is going to be the blue team, the team on the left, and then we are going to have Gladiators on the right here. But it looks like, unfortunately, Gladiators is going to be losing one of their DPS here, with Donor Kabab being up 3 in this fight. It looks like they are going to be taking this point first as they completely dismantle Gladiators here. How are you feeling about the comps here?
I think it's some really good comps. Right now it's just evenly on the side of Kabab right now, but if Bliss Guardians can just do group up and stuff, they can just get a really good push and just take the point back.
I do completely agree, and we are quickly already approaching these ults with the tank from Donor Kabab here already being at 70% with that ult. It is going to be a pretty early pick for the team once again, as Kabab is just able to fully dismantle Gladiators here. They are going to have a beautiful hold already with 40% on this point here. Gladiators are really going to need to look for a different route to take instead of forcing this high ground here. Just not really completely able to walk out with all that spam damage just able to be done by Kabab there. And it looks like they are going to be opting to take this low ground and force the high ground. But Buzzy here going to be using that nano onto Azir here. Going to be getting a lot of damage done. The Terror Surge possibly actually coming out here, but it does look like before that is used, Kabab once again is just able to wreak havoc on it to this team and just dismantle it one by one. Now, Gladiators, this fight is going to have quite a few ults at their ready. They may be able to force out some of Kabab's and make something happen here, possibly cap at this point. This is going to be their last fight, so they are really going to need to look for a last hope here, as we do hear both the Terra Surge and the Bob come out here, not catching much value, but LJD going to be picking out frame, going to be a very big pick considering the Kitsune Rush. The grab is going to come out from Goopy Gas 17 here, and it looks like there is going to be quite a few trades coming off here. LJD falling very low, able to pick out that Lucio though, and this is going to cause Kabab to back up here. They are still going to have both Kiri rushes ready for both teams here. Gonna be looking for a mirror and also a DPS ult along with it. DJW though able to get a very good pick onto LJD here to start off this fight. Going to be causing Donor Kabab to have to kite here and wait for the team to regroup, as it's now Gladiator's chance to be able to hold this choke and get some cap percentage off. And it looks like Kabab here really just trying to look for some picks. And it looks like the Ashe here are going to be getting a pretty early pick. DJW able to follow up with another, both supports being completely gone, but it is traded out from Donor Kabab here. And it looks like Donor Kabab once again is going to be capping this point. We do see the Pulse Bomb come out, but that does put the Tracer in a very sticky situation. Donor Kabab in this OT, and it looks like we are going to have the Lucio Ajax, unfortunately, with the Kiri ult coming out. This is going to be Donor Kabab taking up map 1 here. Or point 1. My apologies.
Yeah, I feel like what Kabab is doing is that they're actually playing as a team and actually communicating very well, taking the high ground, taking the low ground if possible. But what the other team needs to do is they actually just need to do stuff and just win the point.
And it looks like we are going to be seeing a little bit of a comp swap, but I am JKing, I guess. They are going right back. We are back on the Zarya. So we are going to be running a similar comp once again with the TPs out of spawn. Both teams are going to be meeting it very quickly here, with Kabab quickly getting on to this point, looking to make some stuff happen. A bit more of a brawlier comp. DJW going to be getting a pick on it to that Ashe here. Going to be a very beautiful pick, but Azir going to be trading that right back. LJD following up with the Kiri kill, but this Ana is going to be picked out. DJW going to end up falling as well, and it looks like Donor Kabab is going to come out on top of this fight here, as Gladiators is now unfortunately split. Azir just causing so much destruction on it to this team. Absolutely just making so much space for Donor Kabab. But unfortunately, now Gladiators is going to be very staggered due to that late Zarya kill. Going to allow Kabab to get so much cap progress on at this point. Already 75% on that Orisa ult as well for Azur. Gonna be looking to use that in this upcoming fight. Really gonna try to secure another early pick for the team, as it looks like they are gonna be looking to force this high ground and collapse on to Kabab here. BJW falling very low, does end up getting picked off alongside of Kafka here. We are going to have 2 trades once again, and then following up with 2 more for the team. Already with 50% on this capture progress, we are going to have lots of ultis on the ready for Kabab this time around. It's looking pretty good for the team so far, and it looks like Gladiators is going to opt to force this high ground again. This Vendetta ult going to be looking to be used here, as they are all forcing this high ground. And it looks like we are going to see it come out with the Terra Surge. Going to be catching out quite a few with both of those ultis, as the team is approaching 75% on at this point. We are going to be nearing the last 2 fights of this map, as Donor Kabab is prevailing. It's looking pretty good for their team right now. We are going to see the Bob come out here, as well as the Nano from the team. The Bob, unfortunately, not going to be doing much. Bob not here to work. We are going to have a mirror of both Kitsune rushes here, getting quite some value from both teams. The grab is going to come out onto the back line, catching out both of these supports here. Going to look to bubble our Reaper as he does Wraith and ult. Going to be catching 1 kill, but going to be getting quickly traded out. And Goofy Gas is going to be the last hope for this team. And it looks like Gladiators is going to end up prevailing this fight. And it looks like we are going to have quite a bit of some angle taking here from Kabab, as Azur does look to go to point and build this ult. The backline is going to get dived onto, but Azur going to be able to get a pick onto frame. Does end up getting traded out. LJD able to get a pick onto Lucidogo here. LJD on a 3-player kill streak, just getting absolutely so greedy here with all these kills. It is a Reaper last alive. Gladiators is going to need to look for a touch. Is Lucio doing what he can? Does manage to touch with Beat. Going to be able to stall at this point a little bit longer. It is the last hope for the team. But Gladiators being completely dismantled here. Goofy Gas does end up getting blooped off point, and that is going to be Donor Kabab taking map 1 here in a beautiful 2-0.
Yeah, honestly, I say the better team had the Donor Kebab played way much better, played absolutely like how you play with as a team, but for Bliss Guardians, they're gonna have to like actually regroup and play more as a team so they don't get 3-0'd in the next upcoming 2 rounds.
Yeah, but we are going to be going to a quick little break here, so don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss anything. Everybody, and we are back. We are going to be seeing some different mans here, as well as a few player swaps here. But that Vendetta is going to get banned out this time around. We just seen absolutely how oppressive that character can be. Just so much damage able to be done, so much sustain by this character. Just an absolute menace in that backline. But we are going to see a ball ban also come out here, all pretty good on this map. Lots of areas to get value out of here on Watchpoint Gibraltar for this map too. But we are going to be starting here shortly. Quite a different comp we are seeing here this time around. We are going to have a Winston mirror from both teams, with Donor Kabab on the defense first here. We are going to be running this Winston, a pretty good early pick off the bat here from LJD to be able to combat Goofy Gas here. And it looks like we are going to be looking to take quite an aggressive angle here with our Reaper as Kiri. DJW gonna be on this Widow, looking to get an early pick done.
Yes, as we have Donna Kabab holding up top. Blah, blah, blah. I've forgotten the name. Gladiators, as they continue to move down low. We have Toro getting the hit on Buzzle, but they get the trade as Azure Sky takes out Toro, and the Kiri manages to take out DJW. I think I just heard a Reaper teleporting in somewhere. Oh, yep, they're holding down the point down low. We've got the Winston off as a few other battles happen around the point, but not very grouped up at the moment. We have Azure Sky, both Winstons have taken it up top. We have Reaper going back down onto the point to meet up with the tank, who has just retreated to be back up with his team. And yeah.
We are going to have this Ashe holding a pretty oppressive off angle. They're able to get lots of value onto the support backline. And we are also going to have Gladiators here looking to just kind of force this point, get past that choke area. But Donor Kabab going to keep prevailing with holding this high ground here. We are going to have another set of beautiful trades here onto the support line.
Yeah, that anti was actually really nice. It was an attempt to save their tank, but it managed to sneak out one of their enemy teammates. So I would say that's a pretty decent one. We have Goofy Gas going back in, but failing to get a pick as he retreats back into his team. We see the Echo going in. Oh, LDJ getting out trained. And then, oh my gosh, they're on a roll. Mitzi manages to take out Toro. We have both tanks going in after each other. And again, the Honor is on a roll here, taking out multiple team members. Who needs DPS, right?
What I was saying, should have banned out the Ana there. Ana just such a great map for Ana to be able to play with these long sight lines. But we are going to have a lot of ults come online here for Donor Kabab. We are going to have that Bob, Kitsune Rush, and Nano, with only Gladiators here having their Nano and almost their Winston and Echo ready to come on that line here. But a minute and 30 seconds remains on the clock. Gladiators is going to need to look to utilize some of those ults to make some space and finish pushing this payload to the next objective.
And there we see the Nano on the Winston. DJW takes out the Kiri, and LG... Why are there so many lettered names? Jesus, they want to give me a tongue twister by the looks of it. We see the Winston taking out the Ashe as they charge in, attempting to take the point. We see the Winston ult, but the Nano and the Sleep giving them the quick getaway to safety. Oh, and we see him charging through, trying to follow up on that plan, and he gets the pick on the Ana, and the Curie manages to take out the Echo, as we see the other Winston ulting to see if he can take the point, and another sleep and anti on the Winston as he retreats back to his team. And we see the big ult from LDJ there with the double kill. I think that may just land them that point, or at least until they can group up properly.
Absolutely, but we are going to be in a 3v4 here as we are having a lot of trades come out here. Both teams now being down one. LJD going to be looking to get a bit aggressive on this high angle as it is coming down to the last push of the game for this team to be able to get to this checkpoint. There is quite a few ults ready for both teams, but it really does come down to how they are going to be utilized here.
Yes, it's an excellent push right there, all staying very closely together. We have the Sojourn overclock and the Brigitte ult there going forward, with the Kiriko ult following there, and the Bob going in to try and counter that. Oh, and the Brigitte ult, and that's a full team effort to take out the Brigitte, and the three of them go down within the second. It looks like that is as far as Gladiators are pushing on round one.
Doner Kabab going to be prevailing with a very beautiful defense from the team here. Managed to hold Gladiators nearly that whole point there. But now this time around, we are going to be seeing them on the attack. So let's see what they are capable of.
Yes, definitely. I have a sneaking suspicion we may see some more dive comps. So possibly another Kiriko or a Winston or two, or definitely someone with high mobility, because it seems with this map and these sort of sight lines in open areas, dive seems to be especially favored nowadays.
Absolutely, and it does look like we are going to be seeing a similar comp played to their defense here. Quite a very powerful comp for them, able to get lots of value from the team, although they don't traditionally have that Brigitte that you would see played with the Ana. The Curie is able to suffice, as the Curie is able to get out, get in, teleport to your other support, and kind of defend them in any ways they may need. But as I'm saying that, it looks like we may possibly see a swap here. As for Gladiators, we are going to see a bit of a different comp here with the tank still remaining on the Winston. We are going to see a Tracer here, Toro on this Bastion, Lucia Dago on this Brigitte here, and then a Framed on this Ana. Kind of a bit of an odd comp to see that Tracer on the defense, but I'm curious to see how the team makes this work here.
Yeah, we see that Chaser in the back lines actually giving their DPS a run for their money as they take out Ash, leaving the Juno to back up slightly as they push forward into that small room, causing some cramped conditions. But it looks like LGJ manages to get the pick on DJW, again with the tongue twisters. And they seem to have claimed the point slightly as the tank rushes forwards, only to back up when met by a full force Bastion and Brigitte. That was a very nice anti, and it looks like the Winston is going in for the follow-up, and he manages to get the Brigitte. But it looks like the other Winston went in and got the trade on the other support as LDJ goes in with the goes in to take out the Winston, and we have the other both tanks going in at each other. The Ash manages to get the pick on the Ana, and the DWJ manages to take out the enemy Winston as the other one gets slept, charges forwards, and is actually taken out there. And it looks like the point is now going to Doner Kabab. We'll see how far they can push before the other team regroups.
Zura just able to make so much space for Doner Kabab here, which does allow LJD to be able to push this point, and it is so close to being a cap for Kabab here. Kiwita Bird gonna be getting a pick onto DJW, gonna be a very good early pick for the team, forcing out that Tracer, and LJD gonna be doing a lot of damage in this backline. There is one hope remaining for Gladiators here as Kabab does quickly capture at this point, bringing the score to 2-0.
I'd say that was an excellent match. That went very smoothly, although I don't think Gladiators can agree as much that Ana, with the play of the game, I do believe she was pretty much an MVP for a big chunk of that.
Absolutely. What I was saying, should have banned out that Ana, just so oppressive Ana. These off angles is able to get lots of value with the long sightline. But we are going to be going to a quick break once again. So don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss match 3.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think they're quite reminiscent of the first round where we saw the Lucio and the Kiri. Oh, actually, they just swapped with the BAP as well there.
Now we are gonna have Azura once again on this Orisa, Arku on this cast, Kiwada on the Kiri, and Cash on the Solari. Arku almost getting picked out there actually. Goofy Gas on this Ramatra. Gonna see a bit more of a brawlier comp. Gonna be looking for these May walls. Goofy Gas doing a lot of damage on to the backline. It does end up picking out Arku here.
Looks there, we see a lot of HPs dipping, but most of them actually stay quite up due to the HP, except for Azure Sky right there, and it looks like the Alari manages to keep them going, but I speak too quickly, and LDJ manages to take out the Baptiste, and it looks like a team effort right there to take out the Alari and the Orisa as LGJ goes in and takes out the Sojourn.
We are going to be seeing a lot of trades being done here, but Gladiators is going to come out on top of this first fight here. And unfortunately, that Vendetta going to be getting walled off. This Brawlier comp here looks to be working pretty well for Gladiators into the more Brawlier rush comp we have going from Donor Kabab here.
Yes, definitely. It looks like they seem to be holding that front wall off quite well there, as Ramatra seems to push forward slightly, but making sure not to overextend, taking out the pylon, as they seem to be going... Actually, they look like they're going round there, seeing maybe if they can catch someone out. LGJ nearly managed to get someone, but it looks like, again, the supports are to the rescue, and Goofy Gas manages to take out the tag and LGJ, which should probably lead to at least a bit of the team going down right there. And as predicted, 2 again go down, and it looks like 1 left, and that is the team kill again.
Donor Kabab here really was looking to try and develop some of these angles, but unfortunately Azure there is taking so much damage, just not able to sustain that Ramatra, able to get so much value alongside of those main walls. We are going to continue running the same comp as both teams are quickly approaching ults to be used this fight. Donor Kabab gonna be taking this point space first here.
Yes, definitely. As they go through that push there, we see the Baptiste ult and the Ramatra charging forwards to try and push and give them that space. Again, the pylon is quickly taken out. Some HPs dip low, but it looks like they're still going with the Orisa Terror Surge and the... Oh my gosh, it's Ultimate Central. Yeah, I think nearly half of the ultimates just that have been used, especially with that Lucio ultimate.
Someone press Q, as they say. We kind of just had a lot of ults come out that fight, but both teams still being even on the ult economy nonetheless. Here we are going to have this Vendetta as well as Greco Rush ready for Donor Kabab here with Gladiators, May, DJW, and Toro with the Sojourn ult ready to try and get some picks here. It looks like we are going to have LJD look to go on a very cheeky Vendetta flank here, try and get some value. We are going to have the May ult as well as the Kiriko ult come out here with Donor Kabab. It looks like prevailing in this fight, getting 2 picks already, able to follow up with a 3rd and a 4th there for Azure. It is going to be a very beautiful fight from Donor Kabab here with them finally able to cap this point.
Yes, that was an excellently smooth play by LG Day there, going in on the flank and fully distracting the supports, allowing for the tank to push through and basically clean up the mess they made, giving them that point back.
Both teams still gonna have a DPS ult available for this next fight. Gonna have to be careful walking down those tight chokes with LJD having that ult. Gonna be looking to use it right now. That Sojourn ult also gonna be ready here. Gonna be getting used. Unfortunately, Azure Sky gonna be picked out quite early. Tora able to follow up onto Kiwi to Bird. But the tank falling very low. LJD able to get a pick onto Framed. Toro with a 2nd pick onto R2. It looks like we are going to have Gladiators come out on top this time around. Both teams with 80% on this point. Donor Kabab gonna need to look to move quickly here.
Yes, it looks like we may actually get Gladiators coming back up, and possibly, if we are very lucky, we may get a reverse sweep here.
We are going to have that Cassidy ult come out, as well as the Orisa ult, looking to find some value. One being picked out with Deadeye, that Lucio unfortunately falling. LJD looking to pursue Toro here, does end up getting the pick with Kiwi to Bird, following up onto frame. DJW with the May pick. Donor Kabab, though, getting what they need to be able to win this fight. Both teams with this max cap, it is going to be looking a little bit scary for Gladiators if they want to be able to fight this point. But unfortunately, that Lucio just not able to touch, doing all that they can.
If that Lucio just touched a little bit sooner, they actually could have tested the point to see if they can actually retake it, but unfortunately he didn't get that point.
Goofy gas.
Yeah, we
here.
see a few HPs again dropping quite low here as a few ultimates are starting to come online. It looks like they may be racing each other to the point and choosing to engage before actually reaching it here.
Goofy gas here with that Ramantra ult, may be looking to use it here. We do have the Alari ult as well as the Mei ult coming out, and the Ramantra ult coming out as I spoke that into existence. We are going to have the 2 trades come off for the teams. The Kitsune Rush coming out here to be able to sustain on this point, but unfortunately Azure going to be falling. Goofy gas with another kill. Arku does end up falling onto the Ramantra. I believe it is only this Kiri and Cass left on point here. We do have the Lucio as well, which does cause Donor Kabab, Kiwi to Bird to have to back up here. I'm going to be looking to refight. Both teams still pretty even on this ult economy here.
Yes, it's even actually nearly perfectly even for the bonus abilities that you can pick, because nearly all of them have their second choices here as they're going into these fights.
Azure with this early pick on to Toro here, maybe what the team needs. That beat does come out, as well as LJD using that Vendetta ult, not going to be finding any value with that. Unfortunately, it does end up forcing out the Baptiste window. Cash unfortunately falling to Goofy Gas here, and it looks like 3 more trades are going to come out here for Gladiators.
Yeah, as they get this point here, it's another slightly slower cleanup for than we've seen in these fights. The Gladiators definitely seem to be putting up at least a bit more of a fight now.
Donor Kabab gonna be prevailing on this point, quickly approaching that 99% once again. Gonna be down to the last fight on this point. Arku with an early pick onto Licia Dago. Gonna need to be very careful of that cast, so oppressive on that off angle, able to do so much damage. We are gonna have the Orisa ult once again come out, comboed with this Vendetta, just so much damage done onto the team, and the last member of Gladiators does end up falling with Donor Kabab taking the next point here. Now, if Gladiators is not able to win this last point, it unfortunately is going to be the end for Gladiators here.
Yes, definitely. Seeing that they do have actually got a few more ults online, I'm thinking they might go in for a slightly stronger charge to hopefully get a hold of that point and not let go here.
Donor Kabab just gonna need to look to kite these ultimates and allow Gladiator to use them here. This Vendetta gonna be looking to go into this backline and cause some havoc. Does end up knocking this Baptiste off the map. Very unfortunately, this Vendetta just doing so much. Securing 3 picks here. It looks like that Sojourner being knocked down as well. Just this character is so strong.
Yeah, LJD is definitely making the most of Vendetta while she's this strong. Basically being purely just there to wreak havoc on their enemies' backlines and completely distract half of the team from going in as a cohesive unit.
It looks like we are going to be seeing some comp swap-ups here. The Ramantra is going to be swapped out for the Doomfist here, and the JW actually swapping onto that Vendetta mirror. It looks like we are going to have quite a few trades already for the team. This Vendetta just able to go right in and put so much pressure on to Gladiators here, already with Donor Kabab 65% on this point. Quite a few ults ready. Gonna need to really look to utilize the Sojourn ult and get some value out of it here.
Yeah, we did also see a castle there, but it did seem to get no value. So there's a small chance he may have used it for quick reload there.
Goofy gassed with the Zarya, able to follow up with 2 picks here, looking very good for Gladiators at this fight, able to secure both of those early picks. Does cause the rest of Donor Kabab to have to kite and regroup as a team.
Looks like we have the Orisa going in round one way and LJD going round the other way to meet up during the middle, with the Terror Surge going large there and the... Yep, that's the double ultimate there, along with the overclock taking out LJD and... Oh my gosh, now all the ultimates appear to be sent as this is the last proper fight for the point.
Donor Kabab, once again, gonna be taking at this point here as Gladiators does look for whatever touches they can here.
Yeah, we see the Lucio there, very quickly saved by his Kiriko there with a nice Suzu, although the Kiriko herself was not saved, and it looks like 4 of them have gone down, leaving the Zarya alone there, unable to touch the point. And that is another map to Doner Kebab and our second 3-0 sweep from the start of this season.
Very beautiful maps here from both teams, and GG's to both of them. Do we have another match we're streaming tomorrow?
Don't believe so. Yeah.
All right. We are going to be streaming a match tonight at 8, so make sure to tune into that. You definitely don't want to miss it. But I think that'll be it from us.
Do we want to bring somebody in? You want to do them? Or just leave it as is?
Probably just leave it as is.
Okay, so that is actually going to be it for this match of today.
All right, so like I said, tune in tonight at 8, but thank you for coming in and have a great rest of your day, everybody. I am JJ, and if my co-casters want to introduce themselves once again.
Oh yeah, I'm Massa Grace. Thank you very much for listening and watching in.
And I am Amethyst, and thank you for watching the stream. Hope you had a blast watching the match that was shown today.
Have a great night, everybody.